So today I'm going to give you my top 3 do not do's with a TFSA trading account. Now, a TFSA trading account is exactly what it's called. It's a tax-free savings account. However, you can actually trade stocks inside of it if you have a brokerage account or have it tied to a brokerage account. So this is a great thing because now you can put, depending on who you are, upwards of $76,000 into that account and grow it tax-free, which is huge. You could literally live off of that in some cases, depending on how much your daily expenses are. Think about it. If you are making a 10% or 11% dividend like TXF, the ETF, and you have $76,000, you're looking at close to $8,000 a year, and depending on who you are, if you're retired and you have very low expenses, that is literally free income that you could have. However, something that you should really watch out for is how many times you trade with a TFSA, because you're not allowed to day trade, which may seem weird, and you really have to dig through the actual rules to actually see that. If you start day trading and you get a call from the government or you get a notification in the mail, which is usually what happens, you'll get a notification in the mail saying your TFSA has too many trades going on. You're using it as a daily trading account. And because of that, whatever money that you make from those daily trades, then what's going to happen is that we will charge you a tax on that money that you make. So even though you can't really declare you can't declare losses when it comes to the TFSA, if you're trading too much, you will be taxed on it, which seems to be a double sword in my opinion. I'm not too sure if there's too many people who even day trade really with the TFSA, but it is something to really watch out for. Next is do not go risky. So with a TFSA, yes, let's say you have a $76,000 limit. Let's say you're somebody my age. I was born in 1990. I am almost 31 years old. And I can have up to $76,000 in my TFSA. However, there is a really bad downfall to losses in a TFSA, and that is, let's say you put $76,000 into the TFSA. If you take out $6,000, then you have to wait until next year to put then another $6,000 into it, but you still have that room. Meanwhile, if you put $76,000 in and let's say you traded, let's say, a stock that went from $5 down to $2.50 per share, that means that you would lose half of your $76,000. Now it shows that you only have maybe a $38,000 or a $37,000 amount in that TFSA. That doesn't mean that next year you can put in another 30-something thousand into it. No, that's the bad part about the TFSA. You need to go safe investments in a TFSA because you are not allowed to go over your cap to put in. Whatever you put in, if you lose it, it's gone forever. That means that basically when you put your money in, you need to have a safe investment, and that is the key to a TFSA. Now, something else that you really have to watch out for is putting too much and over-contributing to your TFSA. Now, my dad made the mistake by contributing, I think it was $5,000 or $5,500. They allow you to add every single year, somewhere around there. My dad made a mistake on doing that a couple of days too early. Now, the first time you do that, you're fine. They're not going to charge you a tax. They're not going to charge you anything. They just say, here's a warning. Within a couple of months, remove that money from the account and we won't tax you on it. However, for him, he didn't have to take it out because he just did it 3 or 4 days early, and that's just how it worked out, and that he never got any more letters. He was fine. But if he didn't take it out, and let's say he did it 6 months early, then they would tax you on that amount that you put in. However, you are allowed to go over how much you have in the account. So, for example, you can have more than the $76,000. You just can't contribute over that much. So let's say, for example, you had $76,000 and you put it into National Bank back when it literally bottomed out last year. Well, now, if you had, let's make math easier and say 75,000, just because that's just makes math 100% easier. If you had 75,000 last year when National Bank of Canada bottomed out before everything started to recover, you would today have over, this is crazy, over $150,000 in your TFSA. However, you now are over that limit. Does that mean you need to sell some and take it out? No. They allow you to have over the amount because of course, if you make money, if you're making dividends, if you're making just the money is growing itself in the account, then you don't have to worry about it. However, you just can't put more than what the limit is into it, but you can have a lot more in there than what you are allowed to put in. So that's kind of the nice bonus, is you can have more in there, you just can't over contribute to it. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I hope that this video is kind of giving you some insight about a TFSA. I really like to read, and of course you can go check out a lot of the different investing books down in the description below that I personally like. I'll see you guys again next time.